Fats Waller, of course, is now getting a lot of attention these days, as well he should. There's a hit Broadway musical called Ain't Misbehavin', doing so well that President Carter and his party last night decided that they would attend as well.
We love you, Fats, 'cause you knew where it was at. We tip our hats to you, Mr. Fats. You played so fine, like honey from that suckle vine, really blew our minds. Play it one more time. I can still see your Fats in your derby hat and spats. You were one fine cat. We love you, Fats. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Oh, I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving all my love for you. I'm like Jack Horner in the corner. Don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. All right. Well, like Jack Horner in the corner. Don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about it, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
Earl Hines, the father of the modern jazz piano, doing with Teresa Brewer. And what is Teresa Brewer, who had all of those big hits of the 1950s, Music, 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 Until I Waltz Again with You, what is she doing with Earl Hines? Well, the answer is they're making a lot of first-class music together. They're going to be making it for us here on the Today program this morning, as they're going to be playing some of the music of Fats Waller, among other things. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
We're going to step back for just a moment and let you play a little music, and then we're going to talk about how you got together and what the new sound of Earl Hines and Teresa Brewer really is. Okay? Great.
much sweeter, goodness knows. My honeysuckle rose. Why don't buy sugar? You just have to touch my cup. You're my sugar. You're sweet when I stir you up, or when I'm tasting sips from your tasty lips. Seems the honey fairly drips. Your confection, goodness knows, my honeysuckle rose. Touch my cup. You're my sugar. So sweet when I stir you up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. The honey barely drips. Your confection, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose.
Not bad at all. How did Teresa Brewer and Earl Fatha Hines is not a combination a lot of us would have thought of just a few years ago. How in the world did you get together?
Well, it was on a blind date in 1902.
I see. And it worked out.
Yes. No, really. It was all my husband, Bob Thiel, who was interested in cutting a record with Fatha Hines. They said, how about doing some Fats Waller tunes with Teresa? And I guess Father said, did you say okay with me? Did you like it?
I don't remember the date, so, I'm poor on dates.
But we just cut it,
But we had a ball recording, because Fats was a very close personal friend of mine, and all these tunes make me reminisce a little bit, so I always did like it. And speaking about reminiscing, she's the young lady that does what I thought years ago that made songs popular, lives the song. She lives the song. That's why you see her singing so great with these type tunes.
Have you been listening to Teresa Brewer for a long time? Or?
Long time. I've been listening long and she's been listening to me, because I'm younger than she is.
A lot of people who were so much aware of Teresa Brewer when you kind of first exploded on the popular music scene in the 1950s would not think that this is how your career would go. There has been a real evolution in the music of Teresa Brewer. Or is this the real Teresa Brewer?
I think this is really me, because in those days you got sort of stuck with an image. And when I did music and Molasses and all those icky sticky songs, that's what they thought I sang, and not true. I've been singing this kind of song for years, since I was about 5.
Well, why do you think there's been such a revival of Fats Waller music? I mean, Ain't Misbehavin' is doing well on Broadway. I mean, doing well is an understatement. I mean, it's doing spectacularly well.
Well, I've always said that composers years ago, they tried to write songs that was pertaining to everyday life. And if you've noticed, all the songs that Fats had written are things that he actually did and actually experienced during the time that he was performing. And he would see something during the course of the night in the nightclub and go back and write a song about your feet's too big or something like that.
Yeah.
Who's that stomping upstairs and all that business. These are things that just everyday life. Yeah. And that's the reason why they last as long as they have, I think.
Teresa, a lot of people would say that the music of Fats Waller is a music that is rooted in blackness, however, that you've got to have a feeling for it. To really have the feeling for it is the black and soul music. But it really cuts across all lines, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, I enjoy singing the songs. I feel the songs. So I really have an answer for that.
Well, I think along with that, he was a great performer.
Yeah.
And his life was to make everybody happy. If you notice that he used to carry that derby, and he used to sit at the piano, and he had a lot of fun, and he could just create ideas that nobody expected, you know. And I remember, I don't know whether you remember this once, I mentioned this before, when I had some boys in the band was sitting in, you know, and one night Fats was sitting in for me. So this guy thought he'd make himself a great hit with Fats, and Fats looked over and said, "What key are you struggling in?"
Well, there's no struggle when Earl Hines and Teresa Brewer get together with Jay Lenner on bass and Grady Tate on the drums, and we're going to let you kind of play us out for the rest of this hour with a little more music.
Yeah.
The name of this one, I think, if I've got it all right, is Find Out What They Like. Is that it?
Yeah.
Earl?
It's an obscure tune.
Well, it's a nice tune. You want to try that one?
Sure.
Once we find out what they like, we'll go ahead and play.
Okay. Now, ladies, I'm going to give you some tips on how to hold your man. Find out what they like and how they like it. Let them have it just that way. You gotta give them what they want whenever they want it, without a single word to say. Well, you've got to cater to a man, and if you don't, he'll find some other gal to do the things you won't. Oh, find out what they like and how they like it, and let them have it just that way. You gotta find out what they like, how they like it, let them have it just that way. Give them what they want whenever they want it, without a single word to say. Just use more sugar if he says your jam ain't sweet, or he will sneak across the street for his dessert. Just find out what they like, how they like it, let them have it just that way. What they like and how they like it, let them have it just that way. You gotta give them what they want whenever they want it, without a single word to say. Now if he claims his lodger's meeting every night, it means you do not handle all your business right. Find out what they like and how they like it, and let them have it just that way. Let them have it just that way. Let them have it just that way.
Teresa, a lot of people might have trouble with the message, but you can't beat the music. I'll say that for you. Teresa Brewer and Earl Fatha Hines, Jay Lenner on bass, and Grady Tate on drums. Thanks very much for being with us this morning.